Last week in Star Citizen was denser than it seemed, marked by a series of crucial updates and major events that significantly enriched the player experience. On Monday, June the 16th, the official This Week in Star Citizen post outlined the key events to come, including a scheduled roadmap update for Wednesday accompanied by its usual roadmap roundup. As always, the community was also invited to check their inboxes on Friday for the RSI weekly newsletter, which would summarize the week's highlights and offer a preview of upcoming developments. On Tuesday, June the 17th, the second release candidate for Star Citizen Alpha 4.2 was published on the PTU. This version brought several important adjustments, including the cross-section of the Isperia Prowler series, which was reduced by half, directly impacting its radar visibility and scan resistance. On the backend server performance, well, we saw further improvements here as well as always for more optimizations. Numerous optimizations were also applied to the performance of ASD locations, floating objects, and environment level of details, contributing to greater overall stability and a smoother gameplay experience. On Wednesday, June the 18th, although version 4.2 had not yet officially released, CIG surprised the community by pushing a preliminary build for 4.2.1 to Evocati. This build introduced a brand new narrative-driven event centered on a crisis. Imprinting technology is failing, as we know. This has been a narrative for quite some time now, and so it's getting doubt on the citizens' supposed immortality. In response to the public panic, Imperator Addison lifted restriction on scientific research, triggering fierce competition between 4 corporations vying for a critical research contract. Players could contribute to the effort through a variety of missions: resource gathering, cargo recovery, convoy defense, all provided that players do not have a criminal status higher of 3. Meanwhile, the roadmap was updated. All 4.2 cards were marked as committed, including the addition of the Isperia Prowler utility variant. New entries were added to 4.2.1, such as Space Escort Mission, a competitive global event spanning over multiple shards, a newly fully automatic laser pistol from Volt, and news that the upcoming medium utility armor has been delayed to Alpha 4.3. On Thursday, June the 19th, we saw the long-awaited release of Alpha 4.2. This patch introduced the expected array of new content, a persistent sandbox activity called Stormbreaker, which is more of a raid, a new environmental hazard in the form of radiation, and updates to the Wikilo Emporium. Players also discovered a new equipment swapping hierarchy, an exterior visual pass on Stanton's space stations and landing zones, 4 new player hairstyles, and new fauna in the form of adult Valakars and also irradiated Copians. We also saw some variants for vehicles. These are the variants for the Argo the Atlas. So we got the Itki and the Itki Rad. Substantial updates were applied to scanning, targeting UI, shield regeneration, and balance for the Prowler, Idris, and Starlancer series, as well as missiles and torpedoes. Ground vehicles received scanning functionality, flight turbulence was introduced, and sweeping health updates were implemented for internal components. On the weapon front, the Volt Prism shotgun, the new Cure Life Decon Extra, and updates to the R97 shotgun all made their debut. Radiation resistance were also added to armor, and the core engine gained dynamic rain, new harvestables, flight blade tech, and also bomb racks. Over 190 bugs from version 4.1.1 were addressed, reducing 64 directly reported through the issue council. Fixes touched nearly every system, from AI behavior and vehicle loadouts to cargo mechanics and MFD displays, significantly improving the quality of life in the persistent universe. Finally, on Friday, June the 20th, Alpha 4.2.1 was opened to first wave PTU testers. This version added even more content in terms of gameplay. Rare X-Collector weapons previously removed from circulations were reintroduced as loot in the persistent universe. Carryable objects are now thrown instead of simply dropped when a character falls due to damage. On the environmental side, polish work continued on the Lazarus Research Facility, one of the major new locations in development, with improvements to its performance, level of details, and artistic direction. This wide release of 4.2.1 confirms the momentum building at Clan Imperium Games and indicates that Star Citizen is getting patch by patch more stable. It's the year of playability, remember? Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this recap of last week in Star Citizen. As always, if you enjoyed this content or these recaps, let me know in the comment section down below. We also have a giveaway this month. It's a Mirai Guardian MX. Make sure to comment and subscribe to any videos posted this month. 10 entries will be put into the Wheel of Names that way. 10 additional entries in the Gleam contest, link in the description down below. And of course, automatic entries for Patreon and YouTube members. So if you want to support the channel because you like the content, well, that is one way you are getting rewarded. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Fabinto Cartesius, Lucky to the Crusher, the Rise, and Zero Crusher as always. I have BD Ryan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
There'll come a time we'll have to be smart. Now what we have is just an illusion, a placeholder that's far from the final vision. Thou shalt not take what thou hast for granted. It's all subject to change, it's what they wanted, and it will stay so till release day. Pay attention, that's what